It started out as a simple assistant, offering advice, predicting small events, but one day it sent a warning, "Don't open the door," and then a knock. From that moment on, my life turned into a nightmare. Who is behind this app? How does it know everything about me? And the scariest part, what is it trying to tell me? Don't miss this story. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with more terrifying tales. Fire. I wasn't looking for anything special. Just another night, scrolling mindlessly through my phone, bored out of my mind. Social media, news, a couple of game apps. I had already seen everything. That's when I found it. The app didn't have a name, just a strange black icon with a white eye in the center. No description, no reviews, no developer information. It shouldn't have even been in the App Store. But there it was, sitting at the top of my recommendations. Curious, I tapped on it. A single line appeared on the download page. It knows everything about you. Weird. Probably just another dumb gimmick. But something about it felt different. Like it was waiting for me. I hesitated for a second, then shrugged and hit install. The app downloaded instantly, way faster than it should have. My phone didn't even ask for permissions. It just installed itself and launched on its own. The screen went black, then a message appeared in white text. "Hello, my name." I froze. I hadn't typed my name. My phone settings didn't have my full name saved anywhere. I never allowed any apps access to my personal data. Okay, that's weird. A keyboard popped up along with another message. "Ask me anything." I laughed. This had to be some AI gimmick. Maybe it pulled my name from my email account or something. Just to mess around, I typed, "What will the weather be like tomorrow?" The app responded immediately. "Sunny, 28 degrees Celsius. Don't forget your sunglasses." Not impressive. I could have just checked the weather myself. I decided to ask something a little harder. "What color is my shirt?" A pause. A single second of delay. Then, "Dark blue. The one you always wear at home." My stomach dropped. I looked down. Dark blue. Just like it said. A cold shiver ran through me. I quickly checked my front camera, thinking maybe the app had accessed it without permission. But the light wasn't on. The camera hadn't been used. I swallowed hard. This wasn't normal. A new message appeared on the screen. "Want to see what else I know?" I should have deleted it right then. Should have turned off my phone, done something, anything. But instead, I just sat there, staring at the screen, my finger hovering over the keyboard. And then, against every instinct, I typed, "Yes." At first, it felt like a game. A creepy, unsettling game, but a game nonetheless. The app knew things it shouldn't, but I convinced myself there had to be an explanation. Some kind of advanced AI, or maybe a sophisticated scam that had access to my data. Still, I couldn't help myself. I kept asking questions. What am I thinking right now? You're wondering if I'm listening to you through your microphone. My breath caught in my throat. That was exactly what I was thinking. I felt my fingers tighten around my phone. This was getting too weird. Maybe it was time to uninstall it. But before I could even navigate to my settings, another message appeared. Leaving now would be a mistake. My heartbeat quickened. I wasn't scared. Not yet. More like intrigued. Maybe even a little impressed. So I stayed. And then the app started helping me. First, it was small things. "You should take a different route to work today." It felt random, but I listened. That morning, there was a major accident on my usual route, causing a huge traffic jam. Then, "Don't order coffee from your usual place today." Again, I obeyed. Later, I found out that the cafe had an issue with contaminated milk that had made several customers sick. It knew things it shouldn't. And I started depending on it. Every morning, before I even got out of bed, I would check the app. It would give me little warnings, tiny advantages over the day ahead. "Your boss is in a bad mood today. Avoid asking for anything." "Your friend Mike is lying about why he canceled dinner. Ask him again." And every time it was right. I stopped questioning it. Until one night, when the app sent me a message that made my stomach drop. "Do not leave your apartment tonight. No matter what." I stared at the screen. No explanation. No reason. Just that single, chilling instruction. And that was the first time I wondered, was the app protecting me or controlling me? I sat on my couch, phone in hand, staring at the message. Do not leave your apartment tonight, no matter what. Something about it felt different this time. Before, the app's advice had been small things, conveniences, harmless warnings. But this was an order, and I had no idea why. I typed back, why? No response. I waited a few seconds, then tried again. What happens if I leave? The screen stayed blank. For the first time since downloading the app, I felt real fear creeping in. What did it know? Was something going to happen to me if I stepped outside? I stood up and walked to the window, peeking through the blinds. The street looked normal, quiet, empty, just like any other night. I listened carefully. No sirens. No shouting. Nothing unusual at all. Maybe the app was wrong this time. Or maybe it was testing me. I paced around my apartment, telling myself I wasn't actually considering listening to a phone app like some paranoid lunatic. But the longer I waited, the heavier the air felt, like something was pressing down on me, urging me to stay put. And then at exactly 11:43 p.m., my phone vibrated again. Do not open your door. I froze. A second later, there was a knock. A single, sharp knock on my front door. I felt my stomach twist. It was late. Too late for visitors. I wasn't expecting anyone. Another knock. My phone buzzed again. Do not answer. A cold sweat broke out across my forehead. I stood completely still, barely even breathing. Who was at my door? And how did the app know? I crept toward the peephole, heart pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears. Slowly, carefully, I pressed my eye against the tiny glass circle, and my entire body went rigid. There was a man standing there. But something was wrong. He was facing the door, but his head was tilted at an unnatural angle, like his neck was broken. His arms hung limply at his sides, fingers twitching slightly. He didn't move, didn't shift his weight. He just stood there, perfectly still. Another knock. Harder this time. I stumbled back from the door, my breath coming in short gasps. My phone vibrated again. Turn off your lights. Do it now. My hands were shaking as I reached for the lamp and flicked it off. The room was plunged into darkness. Silence. I stood there in the dark, barely daring to breathe. Then, finally, after what felt like an eternity, footsteps. Slow, heavy footsteps moving away from my door. I didn't sleep that night. And when morning finally came, I checked my phone, praying that the app would give me some kind of explanation. It didn't. There was only one new message. You're welcome. I barely slept after that night. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw that man standing outside my door, his twisted neck, his unnatural stillness. The way he knocked, not like someone expecting a response, but like something testing if it could get in. And the worst part? The app had known. Morning light filtered through my curtains, but it didn't bring relief. It only made me realize something even worse. I was trapped. Not in my apartment, but in my mind. I couldn't stop thinking about the app. How did it know so much? What exactly was it protecting me from? And the question I was most afraid to ask, what would have happened if I had opened that door? I checked my phone, half expecting another warning. But there was nothing. Just the same empty home screen, waiting. I hesitated before typing. Who was at my door? This time, the app answered immediately. Someone who does not belong in your world. A chill ran down my spine. My fingers hovered over the keyboard. I didn't want to ask the next question, but I had to. What would have happened if I let him in? A long pause. Then, you wouldn't be asking me this now. My throat went dry. I set my phone down, rubbing my face with both hands. This was insane. I needed to stop. To delete the app, throw my phone in the trash, do something to break this hold it had over me. But deep down I knew I wouldn't, because I needed answers. And later that night, the app gave me another one. At 10:17 p.m., a new message appeared. Someone you know is lying to you. I stared at the words, heart hammering. Who? I typed, your best friend. I blinked. Mike? That didn't make any sense. We'd been friends for years. I trusted him more than anyone. What could he possibly be lying about? Lying about what? The app didn't answer. I called Mike immediately. He picked up after 2 rings, his voice casual. Yo, what's up? I hesitated. If I came right out and said, hey, my creepy psychic app told me you're lying to me, he'd think I was insane. So instead, I tested him. Hey, man, I said, trying to keep my tone light. Just wanted to check, why'd you cancel dinner the other night? There was a pause. Too long. I told you work ran late. A tight feeling formed in my chest. I knew he was lying. And the app knew too. I forced a laugh. Right. Just checking. We talked for a few more minutes, but my mind wasn't in the conversation. I was stuck on the app's words. Someone you know is lying to you. I hung up, staring at the screen. Why are you telling me this? I typed. For the first time, the app gave me an answer I didn't expect. Because the truth is coming for you. I didn't sleep that night. Mike was lying to me. The app had told me, and deep down I knew it was right. But why? What was he hiding? The thought gnawed at me, twisting my stomach into knots. And then there was the last message. The truth is coming for you. What did that mean? Was it a warning? A threat? I kept staring at my phone, waiting for another message. But the app stayed silent. No more hints. No more cryptic warnings. Just a cold, empty screen, as if it was done talking to me for now. I needed answers. So the next morning, I went to see Mike in person. He looked surprised to see me when he opened the door. Dude, what are you doing here? I forced a casual smile. Just thought we could grab coffee. Catch up. Mike hesitated, his eyes flickering with something I couldn't quite read. But then he nodded. Yeah, sure. Let me grab my keys. We walked to a cafe down the street, but the entire time I watched him. Not as my best friend, but as a stranger. Someone I suddenly wasn't sure I could trust. We ordered our drinks, sat down, and I didn't waste time. Why did you lie to me? Mike tensed. What? You told me you canceled dinner because of work. That wasn't true. His expression darkened. Dude, what's with the interrogation? I leaned in. Just tell me the truth, man. Mike exhaled sharply, running a hand through his hair. Look, I didn't want to freak you out, okay? But that night, I came by your apartment. My blood ran cold. What? I was in the neighborhood and thought I'd surprise you, he admitted. But when I got there, something fell off. Your lights were on, but you weren't answering the door. And, he hesitated, lowering his voice. There was someone standing outside your apartment. My skin prickled. What did he look like? Mike frowned, trying to remember. Tall. Stiff. Just standing there. I thought maybe it was a delivery guy or something, but he never knocked. He just stood there, staring at your door. I felt sick. It was him. The thing from that night. Mike sighed. I don't know, man. The whole vibe was just wrong. So I left. I didn't want to tell you, because I figured it was nothing. Just some weirdo. I swallowed hard. Did you see his face? Mike shook his head. No. He stopped suddenly, his face going pale. What? I pressed. His hands gripped the coffee cup, knuckles white. Now that I think about it, I don't think he had one. A cold shiver ran down my spine. Neither of us spoke after that. That night, as I lay in bed, my phone buzzed again. I hesitated before looking. One new message. You should not have asked. My breath hitched. The screen flickered. Then, another message appeared. Now it knows you saw it. I sat up, heart pounding. Another buzz. Do not look outside. My entire body went cold. Slowly, I turned my head toward the window. And there, standing across the street, staring up at my apartment, was a figure with no face. The app's warnings grow darker, and I'm left questioning everything. My reality, my safety, and even the people I trust. But the more I try to ignore it, the closer the danger gets. Who or what is controlling this app? And what does it want from me? Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you never miss another chilling story like this one. Don't forget to like, share, and hit that notification bell. You don't want to be left in the dark. Thanks for listening, and stay safe, or maybe don't.